Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shreyas. Today I'm going to explain how you can create a MySQL instance in Amazon Web Services RDS, that is Relational Database System. First, let's go to there are various services which you can see over here. You can subscribe to my channel. In the future, I will be explaining what are all the services and how we can make use of this in the real time. We will be using RDS because like usually when we work in local we won't be connecting the same database and we start working with other team members. So if we make use of web services, we can create one database and multiple team members can work on the same database by connecting to it. RDS is nothing but relational database system. So if you know about what is relational database system, usually this is used to perform the operations which involve relations. Like suppose if we consider school management system, hotel management system, like that. Now let's explain how I'm going to create this instance in the cloud. First click on the create database. Now I'm going to choose the standard create, and then I'm going to choose MySQL. If you are working in other instance, you can click on others like Postgres, Oracle, or Microsoft SQL. And then I have chosen MySQL version 8.0.35. I have set it to default, and I'll be making use of free tier since I don't want to. I'm not developing any production code. I'm just working for my demo purpose for the YouTube. I will be making use of free tier. This will be available for 12 months if you are creating the new AWS account. Now I'm going to give this database instance name as demo RDS MySQL, and this is the username which you will be giving to access the database with the help of connection strings. You can make use of this database either in Node.js, Django, or C# or even Java. I have given the password as I'm going to set the password on my own. You can make use of managed in AWS Secrets Manager also, where you will be getting the new password which is generated by AWS Secret Manager. But for time being, I'm going to make use of my own password. And here I'm going to use this is the least instance where we won't be getting charged, so I'm making use of this one, and it has a storage of 20 GB. And it's an SSD storage, like we can make use of it as a default. And I'll be making use of the connectivity. I will set it as default, that is IPv4. And since we are not connecting this with any EC2 instance, which I have explained in my previous video, uh, we can just leave it as it is. And these are all the subnets and availability zones where this MySQL instance will be created. We can leave it to default and make sure right now I will be giving it to as public access, that is like the user with the DB endpoint and the password can access from anywhere. But please make sure that if you have your own VPC and if you have given access to only few people, you can make use of and you can make use of that VPC setting, that is virtual private cloud, which I have explained in the previous videos. And now I have choose this to default VPC, and there is no preference for availability zones for now. Next, I'll be making use of database authentication, like that is the password authentication, or else you can make use of password and IAM database authentication. This means you need to give the credentials which you are using to log into the AWS, that is IAM credentials. Next, this is the total monthly cost. You don't have to worry about it for now. Now I'm going to create the DB instance. Usually it will take almost 2 minutes. I can leave this for time being, and after creating this one we can connect this with a MySQL instance, which I'll be showing within 2 minutes. This is going to take a lot of time, uh, and also make sure if you are not able to connect with the instance, make sure to go to the security groups, which is default one, and the security group ID, and make sure in the inbound rules, usually this particular inbound rules will not be there, and make sure that you will add that inbound rules by selecting all traffic and save the rules. For now I have added this previously, so I'm going to save this rule so we don't have to worry on this one. Now that's the one important thing which we should be taking care of. uh, and also, like, after creating the database instance, you can see, check on monitoring, like how much instance is created and how you are making use of this particular database. It will show the number of disk usage and the number of connections which has been established, and the information regarding the memory you can track it over here. And you can look at the, like, this is the previous DB which instance which I have created. Like, I will be showing the real instances after it get created, but now I'm going to explain. While connecting with the MySQL Workbench, we'll be making use of this username and this password, and we can able to see the endpoint over here. This is the endpoint which will be giving, and the port, and these are all the endpoints and the port which will be giving when we are going to connect with the C# code or the Node.js in the connection strings. Now let me see whether the instance is created and it's available. Yeah, if you can see over here, it's still getting created. We can wait for some time, until and unless it got created. After it get created, we can able to see the endpoint and the port over here, and we can check on monitoring. Since it's not yet completely created, we can able to see there is no data for this one. Learning this AWS RDS will be very useful. If you can see over here, this is just backing up. This particular instance of MySQL is created, and if you can see the endpoint over here, and this is the port which we'll be using it to connect in the MySQL Workbench. I'm just waiting for the status, that is, it should be available. Before that, let me go to MySQL instance. I will go to home, and I'm going to give the new connection name, as you can give any name which you want. RDS AWS SQL instance. And then over here we need to make sure the host name will be the endpoint which is specified here, and the port name is 3306, which is same. And username, if you can see over here, we are using it as a master username, that is admin. And here, if you can see other informations like the how many of CPUs which is used and how many RAM which is being consumed. And maximum storage threshold is, we have set that during the initial time, that is 1000 GB. If we are going to use the database, if it exceeds 20 GB, it will automatically get scaled to the higher storage. For this one, I have given the username as admin, and we should be make sure that we have the inbound security rules which I have mentioned. If you can see over here, the inbound security rules, that is all for the security group has been already added, so we need not to worry. But make sure if you are not able to connect it, you just check on that one. I'm going to refresh this to check. Yeah, if you can see over here, the status now is available. And now I'm going to test the connection. It is asking for the password which we used at first. Now I'm going to give the password and click on OK. If you can see over here, I'm able to establish the connection with the MySQL instance, and I click on OK, and OK, this is the new instance which I created. And when I click on it, it will take few minutes to open the connection. And here, if you can see, we have connected to the MySQL instance in the cloud successfully, and we can execute the commands over here. For time being, I have one default DB which I have created. Now I'm going to execute that one. It's, I think there's some mistake. Yeah, now I'm going to execute this one, and since it's not refreshed, I'm going to refresh all. Now I can see over here the new database called Lingeshwara Ismail is created, and all the table is there. I have inserted few data. We can just check few data over here. If you can see over here, we can see that the MySQL instance is created and it is connected to AWS, and these things are what we are executing is executed in cloud. And here, if we check on monitoring, this is going to get updated in a few seconds. Yeah, that's it, friends. This video is about that's it, friends. That's this video is all about the connecting to the MySQL instance from RDS. I hope this will be helpful for you in the future purpose, but make sure that I'm going to delete this instance after this uh, video, but make sure that you understand this properly, and please follow and subscribe this channel for future AWS updates and videos. And please subscribe and like this button and comment what you felt, so that would give motivation for me to do the future videos on AWS. Thank you.